In life, many people believe that hard work alone guarantees success. But have you ever wondered why some hardworking individuals still struggle? It's because effort needs to be combined with wisdom. Think of a lamp that stays lit every day. People stop noticing it. But the moment it turns off, everyone suddenly realizes its presence. Human beings are no different. If we don't allow others to understand our value in the right way, one day someone else might replace us, assuming we are no longer needed. Today's story teaches us exactly that. Long ago, a young employee worked in a factory under the guidance of an elderly master craftsman. The mentor always told him, "Focus on your work, avoid unnecessary talk, and make yourself so skilled that replacing you becomes impossible." 10 years passed. When the old craftsman retired, the young worker took over his role. Just like his mentor taught him, he continued working with deep dedication and discipline. One day, he went to visit his former teacher. The wise old man noticed worry on the young worker's face and asked, "What's troubling you?" The young man sighed and replied, "I followed everything you ever taught me. I stay focused, I don't waste time, and I have mastered every task in the factory. Yet people with far less skill than me keep getting promoted. My salary hasn't increased at all. I can't understand why." The old craftsman asked gently, "Do you truly think the factory depends on you?" The young worker confidently said, "Yes, I do." The old man paused and then said, "Then do one thing. Take a day off tomorrow. Tell them you're not feeling well. You deserve some rest." The young man didn't understand the idea, but he trusted his teacher. He applied for leave and stayed home the next day. When he returned, the manager immediately called him into his office. The manager said, "Because you were absent yesterday, the factory struggled. The tasks you usually complete easily caused many issues." Recognizing his importance, the manager promoted him and encouraged him to continue working with the same dedication. The young man felt deeply grateful to his mentor. He thought he had finally discovered the real secret to success. From that day forward, whenever he felt underappreciated, he would take a day off. And each time he returned, things seemed to work out in his favor. This continued for several months, until one morning he was shocked to find that he was no longer allowed inside the factory. He soon learned he had been fired. Confused and hurt, he went back to his old mentor. With frustration in his voice, he said, "Why did I lose my job? I followed your advice exactly." The wise craftsman shook his head. "You only learned the first half of the lesson," he said, "but you ignored the second half." The young man looked puzzled. "The second half?" The mentor explained calmly, "You understood that if a lamp stays on endlessly, people forget its importance. When it suddenly shuts off, everyone notices what they had taken for granted. But you rushed to apply this and skipped the rest of the teaching." The young man asked softly, "And what is the rest?" The craftsman replied, "If a lamp keeps turning off again and again, people stop trusting it. They eventually replace it with a better one. No one wants a lamp they cannot rely on." The lesson was clear. In life, we often take our loved ones for granted simply because they are always there. But imagine if they weren't. Only then do we realize their true worth. So don't wait for that painful moment. Appreciate them today. And when it comes to work, don't go to extremes. Don't let people ignore your value, but don't forcefully prove it every day either. Keep doing your duties with balance, and life will reward you with the same harmony.